Well, good morning and welcome to another edition of Spyder Tracks for friends and family and whoever else there is. Let me flip you around here, if I can. We are in the quaint little town of Monterey, Virginia, and you just got sun in the face. So let me turn around. There we are. At the Monterey Inn. It's a bed and breakfast, but unfortunately the kitchen is broke down, so it's actually a bed and go up to the restaurant for breakfast. Try to back up a little bit, give you a shot of what's going on here. Established in 1904 or 1908, something like that. Something happened there, don't know what happened. But anyway, try to zoom back out here. Here's our trusty steed with our Spyder in the back. Came down yesterday in our own traveling garage. So we'll have breakfast, pull the bike out, get geared up, get layered up, and show you what there is to see in Highland County, Virginia. We'll be down here for a couple days.
We lived on the Canadian border.
So walking around waiting for the breakfast shop to open. Here's something you don't see every day. What is that? A rainbow trout? Or something? It's got a little color on it. I guess we'll walk over here and see why there's a fish on top of a building. Oh, that's why. It's the Big Fish cider shop, of course. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 to 7. I guess we'll never be in there, because we won't be here Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh, look at that. They're storing that.
Look at that crazy looking house out there.
Yeah.
Got quite the view.
Very nice.
So apparently, Monterey is the county seat of Highland County, Virginia. The courthouse, senior services, social services, they're all here. We have a statue here in the square. Let's see what this guy's about. United Daughters of the Confederacy. Huh. Well, here's a Confederate War statue that hasn't been torn down yet. Imagine that. I got trouble reading that because of the sun. To the Confederates of Highland County. Wow. A statue honoring the Confederates of Highland County. Yep, you don't see that a lot anymore. But that's good. Because I, for one, don't think we should forget our history. But I digress. I do that a lot. So Monterey is a seat of Highland County and has served as the headquarters for Confederate and Union forces at different times during the Civil War. General Jackson from the Confederacy, who worked for General Lee. Union General Robert Milroy occupied Monterey and used the Osborne Wilson Fen House on Main Street as his headquarters. I have to see if we can find that. And here's a Confederate reunion at the Highland Inn in 1908. Now the Highland Inn is not the same as the Monterey Inn. Highland Inn is over there across the street undergoing renovations And there's trees, and we'll show you that as we walk back down toward the Monterey Inn. So that over there is the historic Highland Inn. I think it says established in 1904 or something like that. Closed, undergoing renovations. Like I said, there's some status signs here. They have the exterior stabilized and painted, and now they're working in the interior. Although the desk person at the Monterey Inn where we're staying says she used to work here. It really needs to be torn down beyond repair, but we'll see. If you feel especially benevolent with all your riches, I'm sure they could use a donation and probably have a website. That would be the Highland Inn in Monterey, Virginia. Alrighty then. Let's head up over the mountain. This is called Little Switzerland of Virginia, or Little Switzerland of America, Little Switzerland or something. We're going to go down here to the valley and head up north. Little town at the bottom called Hightown. Imagine that. That is a big, big pasture. Goes from there. Here's some cows, steers, whatever, off in the distance. What of you? What of you? Alrighty then, little break time. And we stopped here at the recreation area that's formed by Dominion Energy's pump storage hydroelectric plant. And the dam itself is up there. And it operates a little bit the same and a little bit different than the Seneca pump storage facility up in Warren, Pennsylvania. But basic principle is the same. They'll store water down here in these lower ponds. There's one there and there's one there. And when electricity is cheap, they'll pump the water from below these lower ponds back up behind the dam. And then during the day, to supply peak power, they'll release the water from behind the dam through the generators and store it back here in the pools again. Now up in Warren, they pump the water back up to the top of a mountain. And so the dam is along the Allegheny River and serves another function as flood control for Warren, Pennsylvania and a lot of communities downstream. And it was all part of that Flood Control Act in the 1900s. So this operates in much the same way. They just don't have a river. They just store the water in ponds and pump it back and forth behind the dam. So time to take a little break, have a snack. Restrooms here at the campground. Life is good. So we're in the Lake Moomaw. Is that what it said? Moomaw? Something like that?
Yes.
Recreation area. I think there's another dam upstream from here that we're going to, maybe it's downstream, that we're going to cross over, I believe. Try to get some pictures of that. Just been riding for about the last half an hour, 45 minutes down through the wilderness. Back road, paved. No deer, no bear, No squirrels, no possums. The only other living thing we see is that person out there in a little boat trying to do some fishing. So I was backwards. The dam must be at the other end. I saw the words overflow on the GPS and I thought it said outflow. So the lake is down that way. We passed an information sign and missed it, and there was no room to turn around and go back and look at it, and it was on gravel road anyway, so we just went ahead and passed it. We'll look it up when we get back home. This is the McClintock Bridge. And I don't know what this creek is, but I'll put it up on the screen. Lost our paved road. 4 miles of not bad gravel. Gotta do what you gotta do. Turn right. So we stopped on the way back, the windy and twisty Route 220 at Falling Spring Falls. Who's that? That looks like Thomas Jefferson. Granted by King George of Great Britain to Gabriel Jones in 1771. And then Thomas Jefferson granted the property to Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey. That name sounds familiar. So once you get done reading the sign, we'll get out the other camera and take a walk down to the observation area of Falling Springs Falls. We've been relocated the falls because of limestone mining. Imagine that. Wow. Everything is so dry around here. And lakes are so low. I actually didn't expect this to have any water in it. But look at it. That's pretty cool. And you can hear it all the way to where you are. Over here a little bit further. That bush out of there. Yeah, it's right off 220. Just south of Hot Springs. That's where we be at. Let's see if we can move in a little closer. As you know, this camera can move in close. Pretty cool. Alrighty then. We've got a little bit of wide view out through the valley. And we're not in Highland County anymore. I think we're in Allegheny. It's the high country of Allegheny County. So what we have in Monterey, Virginia is the Monterey Confederate Cemetery. Big truck coming, hold your ears. To honor the brave that rest here. Now there really is only one marker. But a lot of other depressions in the ground, so we'll check that out. So we really only have one marked grave. William S. Meek died in October 1861. He was a member of the Gap Reedy Company. So apparently they called these guys from the local area the Highlanders. Other than that, it seems like a mass burial cemetery with no other marked graves. And judging by the way that marker was facing, it was facing the mountain. So, not a bad view for old Bill. Buried here with his comrades in arms. Where does it say that? Oh, well,
But it is.
I guess that's inside. That looks like an old sign.
Yeah.
If you're interested in buying an old base, this was an old Navy base, but not too far from here is the NSA listening post on top of the hill. We're going to try to find the back road to go up there and see if we can spot the antenna farm. Otherwise, we're sticking a picture from Google Satellite. Here's your opportunity to own your own base. 123 acres, 117 buildings. Build your own compound. So we circled back, went back down a little ways to find the entryway to the NSA listening post. I stopped there at the end of the road and contemplated pulling out my camera to take a picture of the checkpoint. Then thought better of it. Didn't want some guys with a Jeep and a 50 cal in the back to come chasing me down, so took this off of Google too. Then we circled up to the top of the mountain to see if we get a view on the antenna farm, and apparently took the wrong road. There's two ways to get up there. Some old guy at the general store told me, yeah, I needed to take the other road because the one we first took turned into dirt. And with our bike and the belt drive, I just hate driving on dirt and gravel, so we turned around and come back. But he told me that you couldn't see a whole lot anyway, so at the end of the day, if you want to know who's listening to your phone calls and reading your texts and emails, this is where it's coming from, down here in Virginia. Sorry, that's West Virginia. So we have been traveling from Brandywine, West Virginia, east on 33, heading to Staunton before we go south. We're right at the top of the mountain. A lot of switchbacks and that type of thing, and you're looking down at the part of the George Washington National Forest. Might have been a nicer view from this little turnout if there were so many trees, but it is what it is. There was some nicer views coming up the road, but no place to turn out. So there we have it. There's my lovely bride. There's our trusty steed. Life is good. So the beginning of our third day in Highland County. For a little morning walk waiting for the breakfast place to open. There's a cemetery up here on the hill above town, so this will give you a nice view of Monterey. That large building you see right there, that is that historic Highland Inn that they're trying to renovate. The only thing there is some pigeons. School systems that way, as well as the county fairground. Our humble abode is right there, center of the screen. some nice homes back this way. Don't know how much the sun is messing with you. But as of the 2020 census, Monterey had something like 175 people. We got to talk to the inn owner yesterday, Valentina. They moved here from the DC area to escape that mess. Her son graduated from the local high school in the senior class of 9. Go figure. Sheep seem to be a big deal in this part of Virginia. They have their summer shearing done. Naked sheep. So next to the courthouse, they have another display set up to honor veterans. I didn't see this the first time. There's names in all these bricks. Killed in action, Korea, World War II. Look at that. Let's take you out a little bit. That's quite the thing.
Yeah, well, these names you see up on the hill. Rex Road must have been quite a few Rex Roads. We saw that on something, didn't we, around here? Business or something, Rex Road.
It was that general store we stopped by. Yeah.
Stevenson's. Some of the founding Sullenbergers.
Somebody's coon dog. Dedicated to all veterans, past, present, and future. We remain free because of your sacrifice.
I think they want to play.
2 dogs just getting to know each other. Fighting over one fire hydrant in town. No breeze this morning. Not a cloud in the sky. As soon as we get done breakfast, time for another ride. So as we walk out to the bike and the trailer on day 3, you might see in the background this perfectly cone-shaped hill with a flag on top of it. Almost looks man-made. We kind of thought it was a retired landfill or something like that. Turns out, talking to the local people, it's actually a volcano. Old volcano, but a real live volcano. Some reason here in West Central Virginia, they've had geologists come down and verify that it is in fact a volcano. So another claim to fame for Monterey, Virginia, and their own volcano. Louis. Out here in the middle of nowhere. Of course, there's no fort here anymore. Constructed in 1756 to guard the pass of the Shenandoah Mountain. So it's called River Road. I guess this is why. We just saw a great blue heron get up and fly away. It's never seen or heard anything like this before. Unbelievable. What you can see running around the back roads, Virginia. So there's a turtle. I don't know if you can see it or not. Swimming away. A little turnout in the road for a little snack. Let's see if we can take you up. Traveling down Indian Draft Road toward Deerfield Road. Deerfield Road. In between two mountains. Google says picnic tables along this road. The turnouts are here, but the tables aren't. So we just gotta make do. Alrighty then, we are done with our riding around the scenic area of West Central Virginia, Highland County, Bath County, and Allegheny County. Saw a lot of pretty, saw a lot of deer, almost hit a couple. And we will be tying everything down, putting everything to bed, getting ready to go back home tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. See what it looks like when I get the whole thing put together. Talk to you later, and thanks for watching.